Hi! Welcome to this week's Writing Tip of the Week. I'm Savvy, and I'm so excited to share some of my favorite writing tips that I've cultivated over the years. For our first Writing Tip of the Week, I decided to begin at the beginning. That is, at what most people tell me is the hardest part of writing, getting a new project started. The difficulty in starting a new project often comes from one of three places: difficulty finding motivation, a lack of new ideas, or a struggle to find the time for brainstorming. That's why today I'm going to talk about my favorite solution to all three of these problems: writing sprints. Writing sprints, also called free writing, happen when a writer sits down, sets a timer, and does not stop writing until the timer goes off. Does that sound intimidating? It doesn't have to be. Actually, I often find writing sprints to be the least intimidating type of writing exercise, simply because there are no stakes, no consequences, no possible way you could mess this up. If your final piece of writing looks like poop, you don't have to show it to anyone. You don't even have to type it into a document. All you have to do is see if any potential ideas come out of it. And if so, mine those ideas for future works. Maybe you'll come up with a great way of phrasing something, or a great line that a character could use, even if the rest of your writing is gibberish. Here's all you have to do. Find a prompt. You can keep a list of your own prompts as you brainstorm them, or you can Google writing sprint prompts and use a list you find online. Prompts could be something like, pick one of your characters and write about their greatest insecurity. Think of a topic two of your characters might argue about and write out the dialogue of their argument. Or, if you're in between works and don't have any new ideas, you can start with something more vague. Something like, if you could have your own restaurant, what would it look like? What food would you serve? What would be the ideal place, real or fictional, that you'd like to live? Describe it in detail. If you could create the perfect best friend, what qualities would they have? Once you've chosen a prompt, set your timer for 5 minutes and start writing. I recommend writing by hand for these just because it feels less formal. But if you prefer to type, that is fine too. And now comes the fun part. There are no rules, except that you can't stop writing. For those 5 minutes, even if you have no ideas, you have to write. Write out the phrase, "I don't have any ideas," if you have to. Your mind will naturally flow from one idea to the next, and if you keep writing whatever comes into your head, you'll never run out. It's physically impossible for humans to completely stop thinking, so you'll always have something in your head, meaning you can always add something to the page. Don't worry about spelling, grammar, punctuation, or any other technical things. Don't worry whether your handwriting is legible. Nobody else has to read this. When the 5 minutes are up, stop writing and read over what you wrote. I'll bet you there's something useful in there. And even if not, you spent only 5 minutes of your entire day on it, so there isn't much to lose anyway. If you get in the habit of doing these weekly or even daily, you'll write so much more and come up with so many more ideas. The key is not to wait for inspiration to come to you, but to seek out inspiration yourself. I hope you enjoyed this week's Writing Tip of the Week. I'll be back next Monday with more tips to get you writing. If you enjoyed this video, please give it the thumbs up, and if you like this channel, please subscribe. You can also read more about writing sprints in my blog post, which I've linked in the description below. Happy writing!